up, Scorpio? How are y'all doing, man? Guess what time it is? It is time for your April 2025 main monthly reading. 2025, ticking along, man. It's already a quarter of the way done. All the time we spent in 2025, all we got to do is do that 3 more times and poof, it's gone. Isn't that fucking scary, dude? It is to me, but whatever. All right, let's jump into this. I have a special announcement to make, y'all. So let me babble for just a minute or two. I'll make it as quick as I possibly can. So first of all, if you need a personal reading, the information is in the description. But I've added something new to my list of services, okay? Something that a lot of people have been asking me about for several years now. Okay, I finally got it set up. So let me run through real quick of all the things that I offer currently. It's subject to change, but right now in this moment, I'm doing weekly live readings, $25 a pop. Pre-order anytime on my website. We read them on Sundays. I'm doing full personal readings. Currently, I'm only doing the 24-hour readings. That's subject to change. I'm also doing one-on-one Zoom calls. And I've added something new, y'all. Y'all been asking me about this since 2020. I've added in-person readings to my list of services. Okay? So not a video that I send you, not a video call, but if you're a local here in Las Vegas, or if you're traveling to Vegas or passing through or you live nearby, you can book a date where you can meet up with me at my new office building and we can hang out and I can read for you one-on-one in person. All the information for that is on my website, tarotwithrich.com, and the information is right down there in the description. Also, y'all, we got about another week and a half and my course on manifesting financial abundance is going bye-bye, okay? Now, the little Easter egg that I have in that course, the science and quantum physics behind how manifestation works, I don't have that in any of my other courses. I have another course that I'm thinking about putting together right now, and I'll probably throw that in there in the next course that I put out. But right now, so far, that's the only course that I have that information in is the financial abundance. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't just work with finances. This is the actual mechanics behind how things manifest. And if you're new to manifestation or you're not really all that passionate about it, it probably won't mean much to you. I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But the reason that I have that in the finance course is because this is for those of you who have been on the path for years and you can't quite figure out how to get it to work. Maybe you can manifest a little thing here and a little thing there, and you manifested some cool little stuff along the way. But when it comes to making something big happen that changes your life, it just feels like there's something fucking missing. Of all the things that everybody else teaches out there, there's something else missing, and you can't figure out what it is. I promise you it's that. Promise you. It's what it was for me. I felt the exact same way. There's something that's very important that's not being taught when it comes to manifestation. And it's my contention that that's the leading cause of people just giving up on it. And that's why in today's day and age, most people have just jumped off of the manifestation bandwagon because they can't figure out how to get it to work because of one very important key factor that nobody talks about. And that's in that course. April 1st, that course is going bye-bye. So the link for that is in the description as well. All right, y'all, let's jump into this. Thanks for being patient while I babble. Let's start this off with just the person that you're interested in. Scorpio's love interest. Anything happening in April between Scorpio and the person they're interested in? Anything happening in April? Oop, there it is. Two of Wands. Whoops. So Two of Wands is the Crossroads card. It's about being at a crossroads, having a choice between one or another path that you could take and not knowing which path to take. So at the end of the day, what it means is a decision is not being made. This person's still twiddling their thumbs with their head up their ass, not really making a decision. Boom, 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 boom. Empress reverse. King of Cups reverse. You're starting to wonder whether or not this person's just manipulating you. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of almost feels like this person's just leading you on, stringing you along, playing games with you. This is telling me that you're tired of waiting on seeing where this is going. You're drawing the conclusion that you're wasting your time. And 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords, walking away from this and moving on from it. That's what this is saying. Well, okay. All right. Damn, that was quick. But we do have the karmic wheel in the reverse here. So I do think there is a karmic tie. Y'all definitely have a karmic tie. I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, though, so I'm going to try to sidestep that. If my guides really want you to hear it, it'll come out again, and I'll talk about it, but I just don't feel like talking about that tonight. Y'all have heard me talk about that 100 million times, so I don't need to beat that drum to death. All right, let's see how this person feels about you. How does Scorpio's love interest feel about them? Universe. How do they feel about you? Hangman. Two shuffles, 2 more. You know what that feels like to me? Hang on. It feels to me like you are very different from anybody they've ever been with before. Very different. And they don't know what to make of that. They honestly don't feel the strongest connection in the world. They do feel a connection with you. God damn it, there it is again. Fuck. Okay. All right, guys, damn it. Okay, so they do feel an interesting connection with you. The two of you have karma from a previous lifetime, okay? A karmic tie. So don't let the word karma alarm you. That does not mean that it's supposed to be a bad thing, okay? Karma does not intrinsically mean that something bad has to happen. It doesn't mean that you've done something wrong. It doesn't mean that you have a lesson that you're supposed to learn, okay? And it abso-fucking-lutely does not mean that you're being punished for something, okay? Now, can karma encompass some of those concepts? Yes, it can. But that's not what it means intrinsically. All it means intrinsically is unresolved, unfinished business from a previous lifetime. That's all it really means. Now, that's a huge blanket that can cover so many different subjects and concepts. But see, here's the way it works. Whenever you connect with somebody you have karma with from a past life, one of the first fucking things you're going to notice is a really strong feeling of what I like to call soul recognition. You can call it whatever you want, but it's that feeling that you've known somebody. You know, that feeling of recognition. Like, where have I met you before? I feel like I've known you my whole life. You know, and what that is basically is it's triggering a pre-birth memory. When you get that feeling with somebody, that's not an accident. That's not an accident. That's what I call soul recognition. We plan our whole fucking life before we come down here. Now, whether or not we execute the plan is a totally different story. Okay? Most of us fucking don't. And that's why karma fucking exists. But different topic for a different time. It triggers a pre-birth memory. You're remembering what you planned before you got here. So yes, they do feel that interesting feeling of soul recognition. They're not overwhelmed by it though. You know, it's not keeping them up at night. This person's very sexually attracted to you, but you're so different from anybody they've ever been with that I think they're a little bit nervous. They're a little bit nervous because they can't predict what it would be like to be with you because they've never been with anybody like you before, you know? So I wouldn't say their intentions are bad. I wouldn't say that. But then again, at the same time, if you're that indecisive, what are you doing? They're probably just keeping you around for a sex-based connection. Because if you don't want to be with somebody, then what's the point of stringing them along? You're trying to get something out of them, right? So let's just get the advice. What's the advice for this? Six of Swords reversed. 10 of Wands. Okay, there's the goddamn karmic wheel again. Okay, I talked about it, guys. Fuck, man. I talked about it. Here it is again. I technically don't have the authority to tell you to walk away from a karmic contract. You all wrote that soul contract long before I set foot on this planet. I was fucking eons away from here on my home planet playing some other fucking game that has nothing to do with the 3D human Earth game when you all wrote this contract. I have no authority to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with this. I can tell you this, though. Okay. Remember? Karma is unresolved, unfinished business from a past life. Yes? We all learned in elementary school that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. Well, when it comes to your energy, your vibration, and specifically your energetic ties to another person, the only way that's going to change form is if you make it change form. You make it change form with conscious utilization of your beliefs and your perception. You have to do that. Just waiting until it goes away is not going to make it change form. Now, ideally, in the perfect fucking world, it'd be cool if the two of you could just come together and fucking knock this shit out. And boom, yeah, then it'll change form. Then you've completed it and finished the business. Just know this, because it's telling me that you're more than likely walking away from this. Just know that if you don't completely release and transmute this, you're still karmically tied. Just know that. Just know that. There's nothing wrong with moving on from this. I'm not going to tell you that you should or you shouldn't. But there is a karmic tie. And releasing it would, I can't really say serve your highest good because we have fucking eternity to work this shit out. But at least for this lifetime, releasing it could change your timeline. Let's put it that way. Okay? All right. Fuck a duck, man. All right, let's move on and see what's going on with those of you who are currently in a long-term relationship. Let's see what's happening between Scorpio and the current long-term partner. Remember, if your long-term relationship has no issues, problems, or concerns, this is not for you. Go away. Don't watch me. Don't watch me. If your love life is happy and healthy, I don't have anything to tell you. Go enjoy your relationship. This is not for you. This is only for my sun, moon, rising, and Venus, Scorpio friends and family in a long-term relationship that is experiencing issues, challenges, problems, concerns. All right? I know most of you know that, but it would blow your mind. There are quite a few seriously unhinged fucknuts that stumble upon these videos and go crazy and lose their mind. Nah, shit, you don't even know, dude. All right. All right. What's happening? What's the issue here? One more shuffle. One more. Six of Cups. Okay. Ah, shit. Devil card. Dadgummit. For some of you, there could be like some addiction problems causing some issues here. Oh, shit. Tower card. Fucking A, man. Communication is horrible between the two of you. Absolutely horrible. Terrible. What's going on here? That Six of Cups is confusing me a little bit. You know what? I'm going to set this to the side because this could mean one thing or another. And I don't even want to touch on it because the two things that could mean are so different, I could butcher the whole reading. So I'm going to set that aside and we'll talk about it if it comes back out because it does not fit this here at all. So we'll talk about that in a minute if it comes back out. We got the card of toxicity as the first card in the main spread. Again, could be some addiction issues, possibly. God damn it. And the Seven of Swords. Major trust issues. Now, remember, the first spread is not the end-all, be-all gospel of truth. It's a general, energetic overview from your perspective. Okay? Serious trust issues. Somebody highly suspects cheating, infidelity, lies, and deceit. I'm not here to tell you that it is or it isn't yet. Okay? We got, okay, so every fucking liar card that could possibly come out in a tarot spread came out in this one spread. King of Swords reversed. Seven of Swords. Ace of Swords reversed. That's all the liar cards right there. I guess Queen of Swords reversed could be one of them too, but it's basically the same thing. Masculine and feminine energy are the same fucking thing. Okay. Well, dadgummit, man. Oh, and the King of Wands reversed. The game player card. Fucking A. Could be a Virgo for some of you. Also have Capricorn. Could be anybody. All those are just energies. Let me see. I want to see this person's energy. I want to see what's up with this person. What's their energy, feelings, intentions, all that good shit. How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What kind of person are they in general? Four of Swords. That's a weird fucking energy to come out after all that. Three of Coins reversed. Nine of Wands. Huh. Well, it almost... there it is. Seven of Swords. Okay. Well, for the most part, other than that Seven of Swords there, it almost looks like this person doesn't even care. Either they're completely unaware that there's a problem or they just don't give a fuck. One of the two. One of the two. And I would imagine you probably done let them know what time it is more than once. So they should know. Have you been on and off with this person? I know I ask that a lot. But once... Okay, so you see this energy come through with couples who have been on and off. And like I always say, whenever you're on and off with somebody, most of the time, the person who is the primary catalyst for the majority of the problems becomes comfortable treating you however they want. Because at the end of the day, they don't suffer any real consequences for their actions. You keep letting them come back and letting them come back and letting them come back. So when you try to have that conversation, it just goes in one ear and out the other. Because you've already shown them through your actions that they have to no consequences. You know, you can tell them, I'm going to leave you. Yeah. That's what you said last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that. I know how to work my way back in here. There's the devil card again. So you tell me, do they not know that there's a problem, or do they just not give two diddly shits? I don't know. For those, okay, all right. For those of you dealing with somebody in which there was definitely infidelity in the past, not suspicion, the cat's out of the bag, and you all agreed to try to work through it. If that's your story, and you're wondering if they're still doing it, guarantee it. Guarantee it. Now, for those of you who just highly suspect it, but you can't prove it, I can tell you this much. They would if they could. It's not beneath them. It's not beneath them. If they found themselves at the right place, at the right time, and they knew they could get away with it scot-free, oh, you bet your damn skippy ass they would. The question is, could they? Could they? Could they? All right, let's get some advice here. That drained me, dude. That drained me. Dang me. Drain me. All right, what's the advice for Scorpio and the current long-term partner? What's the advice? 7 of Wands, bro. 7 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles reversed. I think we already talked about this, didn't we? We already talked about this. At some point in the last month, I know we already talked about this. The trust issues have got to be put in check. Okay? They got to be put in check. And at the end of the day, don't drive yourself nuts trying to figure out how to alleviate these trust issues. Because at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, I'm not saying that it's not important at all. What I'm saying is that energy is going to manifest no matter what. It doesn't matter why that energy is there. It doesn't matter if your intuition is bang on the money and this person is fucking cheating on you, or if you just fucking tripping. Maybe there's 1 or 2 of you that's just fucking tripping. You're just broken. You have unhealed trauma, PTSD. You're insecure. This person has nothing but the best of intentions. They would never do that to you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. It does not matter. That energy will lead to the demise of the connection. It will. Not it might. Not it could. It will destroy the connection. So at the end of the day, that energy has to go. It has to go. And after a certain point, how long, let me ask you this, how long should I have to sit around and wait to find out whether or not I can trust you? How long should I have to sit around and wait? I'll tell you my personal stance on it. Now, this is just me. I'm not saying be like me. I'm not saying do it my way. I'm saying this is the way I see it. If it resonates with you, take it. If it don't, chuck it. The way I see it is, if I don't trust you, I don't want you in my life. Period. I will die alone before I bring somebody into my life that I don't know if I can trust. I don't need that kind of energy. I don't need it. What's worse, loneliness or living with somebody that I'm afraid I can't trust? What's worse? In my personal opinion, if I would rather latch on to somebody that I can't trust, opposed to being by myself, that means I got a fucking problem with myself. That means that I got something bad going on in here. If I am so desperate to distract myself from my own thoughts, my own problems, and try to make myself feel better about myself, that I will attach myself to somebody that I don't even know if I can trust, that means I got some serious fucking issues on the inside. That's the way I see it. Again, I'm not saying be like me. I'm not saying do it my way. I'm not saying my way's right and yours is wrong. But that's the way I see it. Hey, if that resonates and that feels like something that could serve your highest good, hey, take it and use it on your journey. If you think it sounds like stupid bullshit, that's cool. Just do what you want to do then. All right. Damn it. I keep forgetting to bring my fucking sage in here. I need it now, boy. I'm going to tell you what, I need it now. Let's shift gears, man. Let's see what's going on with the past person. Person from the past. If you're not here asking about a person you dealt with in the past, this is not for you. Past person. Let's see. Whoop. Oh, shit. 7 of Swords. I'm not speaking on that yet. Hold up. Pow. Ooh, the Hermit. Could be a Virgo for some of you. Okay. All right. Well, honestly, let's just cut straight to the chase here. For the very most part, I ain't seeing a whole lot of much of nothing happening here. Real talk. But I think they're planning for a potential reconciliation attempt. Okay? Planning for it. Right now, this person's just kind of chilling, doing their own thing, isolating away from you and everyone else, planning for a potential reconciliation attempt. It kind of feels to me like they're either waiting for you to come try to reconcile, or they're waiting for the right open door of opportunity to slide their way up in there. And again, I've said this a million times, what would most exes consider to be a good opportunity to come back? When you're at a weak point. You got broke up with, got cheated on, right? That's most of the time. Oh, if you got an ex that's trying to come back and they're keeping an eye on you, oh, wait till they find out you got cheated on or you got your heart broke. They're like, yeah, let me slide back up in there, you know? But whatever, they're waiting for the right opportunity. But other than that, though, it don't really look like a whole lot of much of nothing's happening here. They were trying to get your attention, but for whatever reason that didn't work, so they're not doing that no more. Could be a Virgo for some of you. All I have here is Virgo. Okay. I think they do want to talk to you. Oh, I got Sagittarius here. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see how they feel about you. I'm curious. How's the person from the past feel about Scorpio at the deepest level? What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? 2 of Pentacles. Why does this shit always got to come through, dude? There's nothing that... Okay, let me just rant for a minute. There's nothing that irritates the shit out of me more than somebody that doesn't know what the fuck they want. You know? And I get it. We can fall into that from time to time. I'm not saying you should never slip into that. But, like, what's the point? Okay, so what's the point in sitting and planning on a potential reconciliation attempt if you don't know what you want? What's the point of that? What's the point of even throwing energy at you? Planning what they would like to say to you. Hoping that they end up running into you. Waiting for the right opportunity to come forward if they don't even really know what the fuck they want. Again, I get not knowing what you want. I get it. I was telling this to Libra a minute ago. There's been times that I've slipped into that. You know, just don't know what I want, don't know what I'm doing right now. Then I stay the fuck away from everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I see it. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but god damn it, man. See what I'm saying? They're not waiting with open arms. They're still very angry, very defensive. Pissed off. Oh, I think they still obsess over you, honestly. They still feel karmically tied to you. They're giving you the silent treatment. Again, the silent treatment is different. There's a difference between giving somebody the silent treatment and not communicating to them because you don't want to. When you give somebody the silent treatment, that's a manipulation tactic. You give somebody the silent treatment because you are hoping that that produces some kind of result, you know? And again, this is where it gets annoying. If you don't really know what you want, then why the fuck are you doing that? So draining, dude. So draining. So draining. Anyway, though, could be a Capricorn for some of you. They know what they would say to you. I think they probably have a copy and paste message all written up for you in their notes. And it don't look nice. Okay. All right, let's just get the advice here. What's the advice? What is the best advice for my Scorpio family? Best advice, best advice. Boo boop be doo, boo boo boo, moon reverse. Lover's card. Wow, okay. Emperor. Well, just know that you have a lot more power and control over this situation than you know. A whole lot more. A whole lot more. So this is another very common message that's been coming through for everybody pretty much all year long. I've been seeing this, actually, honestly, a little bit longer than that. The last little chunk of 2024 and pretty much all year 2025. Being energetically tied to this past person is weighing you down and blocking your divine life partner from coming in. Okay. The trick is, how do you release it? I'm thinking one of the next courses that I might put out there is the True Steps to Healing, because that's one of my courses. But how to release that? It would really depend. I don't even want to give any general advice here, because depending on the individual and the situation, it could be so fucking nuanced that, like, for those of you dealing with a situation that ended last week, your steps to healing are going to be totally different from somebody dealing with a situation that ended last year. You know what I'm saying? But know that you have a lot more power and influence over this situation than you know. A conversation between the two of you could be beneficial if you time it out right. It could. It very well could. Honestly, right now, though, I don't think let me put it to you like this. Manage your expectations. Manage your expectations. Okay? Because I think for a lot of you, and this is mainly for those of you dealing with something that ended maybe not a long time ago, but it's not recent. 6 months ago, 8 months ago. A conversation could be beneficial, because maybe you need to see this person for who they really are. And again, that's something you have to time out right. You got to time that out right. But I just feel like that most of you need to do just a little bit more healing and releasing in here. A little bit more. Because, hey, your divine life partner is not that far away. Not that far away at all. And you need to raise your vibration just a little bit in order to attract that person in. Okay? Oh my God. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Now, for those of you watching this live who missed the very beginning of the video, I have a special announcement to make for April. Okay, and I want to go ahead and make that again, mainly for those of you watching this live. So, first of all, if you need a personal reading, don't forget to check the description. I've added something new to my personal readings. Something that everybody's been asking me about for the past 5 years now. Okay. I've added in-person readings to my list of services. Okay. You know that I do weekly live readings, $25 a piece. I do the full personal readings. Currently, I'm doing the 24-hour readings only. That is subject to change, though. One-on-one Zoom calls, and now in-person readings. Not a video call. If you're a local here in Las Vegas, or if you're traveling to Vegas or passing through, or you live nearby, now you're able to book a date where you can meet up with me at my new office building, and we can hang out, and I can read for you one-on-one in person. Okay? So all that information is on my website, tarotwithrich.com. The link is in the description. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of